Hey everybody, welcome back to the SkyLounge. Here to review some Vegas Golden Knights action as we win against the Carolina Hurricanes at home. A one-game homestand and then I believe a 3 or 4 game road trip in Canada and then ending it in Boston. And so the Vegas Golden Knights come back home, get a win after a 2 game losing streak. And the fun thing about this game was the first line consisted of Tomas Nosek, Cody Eakin, and Ryan Carpenter. Which is curious because, yes, Cody Eakin has been spectacular, I think, this season. And that first line was able to put the pressure on. Whereas I think the first line that we rely on, the Carlson, Smith, and Marchessault line, maybe because of the fact that they haven't been producing, maybe because of the fact that they have been kind of complacent the last few games, bit of a downgrade to the second line. And honestly, I wouldn't say it made a significant difference, but it kind of maybe brought that mentality back to the team of, all right, none of you guys are special. Let's just all do our jobs. All right, let's just all do our jobs and just interchange those lines. And it kind of worked out. The fun thing about this matchup in the first period was penalties. Penalties all over. A minute and 30 seconds into the first period, Sebastian Aho commits a penalty, and I've been really high on this kid and was really anticipating him to watch him play. Now, unfortunately, he didn't really have a great game for his standards of what he's been doing. I believe consecutive points in however many games. And the fun thing was Vegas couldn't capitalize on the fucking power plays again. Here we go, boys and girls. We're back on this shit again, just not being able to close out on power plays. So that's always fun. That's always a fun little time when you can't really do it. Whereas on the penalty kill, we have been pretty spectacular, I think. Yes, we have conceded some power play goals on the other side. But I think our penalty kill has been fantastic. And it showed because you saw very frustrated Carolina Hurricanes taking so many shots. And this kind of reminded us of our endeavors the last few games where we were taking so many shots at the goaltender, and it just didn't go through. These weren't crisp shots. These were just kind of, let's just chuck it at the goaltender and hope it fucking goes in. And Carolina kind of just had that impatience slash fear. I don't even want to say fear. I just want to kind of say they were. I felt like they were suppressing themselves back in a weird way. They were just because you took 34 plus shots this entire game and nothing went in. So it's one of those things where you have to be. If you're a Canes fan, you just have to think like, God damn, like what the fuck are we doing wrong? What the fuck is happening? But if you're a Vegas fan, rejoice because in the first period we scored. Brad Hunt with the goal in the 14th minute, 11-second mark. I'm writing all this shit down during games. Oh, the fandom is real. And this was actually moments right after the power play where Brad Hunt, nice and open near the goalie, and just able to just tap that shit back in. And it's 1-0. We end the first period, and I just thought sloppy passes. It was reminiscent of how we were playing the last few games, just really sloppy fucking passes. Just can't clear it out of the fucking blue line. But somehow we got a goal in there on a 12-9 shot difference. Carolina had 12 shots, whereas Vegas had the 9. Now, as soon as a puck drops in the second period, you could tell Vegas was getting at it. Vegas was putting the pressure on as soon as the puck drops in the second period. And next thing you know, 3 minutes into the game, Ryan Reeves gets his goal, and just the immense amount of pressure that you're putting on Carolina at the puck drop was pretty noticeable because defensemen couldn't get fucking back. They were just scrambled all over the place, and Vegas was able to capitalize on this. And throughout this entire second period, even with power plays and there was a power play and a penalty kill that we had to go through, and for Vegas to come out of that, 0 for the fucking power play again, but on the penalty kill to come out of that without being conceding a goal, fantastic effort by Vegas. And again, I just thought there was something different about this game where Vegas looked a little more composed. They looked a little more focused, and by the half of the second period, their passes were on. Their passes were relatively on, except Jonathan Marchessault. Okay. I love me some Marshy. I love Jonathan Marchessault. There are times where he tries to do a little too much, and you could tell on these developing plays in the power play, man. You get in the offensive zone, and Marshy just tries to do a little too much, and that's how the fucking puck gets out of that, on the offense. So Vegas was able to close out the second period, with 13 shots for Carolina, 8 shots for Vegas, and 2-0. Again, Vegas was getting outshot this entire game, and again, this was a story that we're so familiar with the last few games, but for Vegas to turn that shit around and to pull out this kind of surgical performance in at least the second and third period, really, was pretty fun to watch. I mean, you get to that third period, and you would just hope that Vegas didn't do anything stupid, but unfortunately, at the last few seconds of the fucking second period, we concede a penalty. Carey Forth on the penalty kill, kills the penalty, and moments later after the penalty kill, a really bad defensive turnover, and William Carrier is able to capitalize on it and tap in front of the goalie. So William Carrier gets his first goal of the season. That fourth line is producing just unbelievable numbers, and if I'm not mistaken, in the third period, I mean, Belmar is one of those he's one of the most underrated dudes in our squad, man. Like that dude can take on the penalty kill. He's the fucking head of that fourth line. But great for our boys Reeves and Carrier to get a goal in there, because Carrier, even after the goal, the boy does not switch off. He laid a big ass fucking hit on one of the Carolina boys and decked the fuck out. Like, this dude got decked the fuck out onto the screen. And you could see the player get up, but the dude was decked the fuck out by William Carrier. And this was that was really the microcosm of this game. Just Carolina getting beat the fuck up by Vegas. And credit to Carolina, because they try to stay aggressive. They pulled Scott Darling, the goalie, at the third, I believe 3 minutes left in the third period, and they just figured, let's just try to go at it. And credit to that special team, man, because they did not let in an empty netter. They were able to sustain pressure onto Marc-Andre Fleury, but the game ended. The match ended with 10 shots in the third period for Carolina, 7 shots for Las Vegas, and the game ends 3-0. Vegas comes out with a home win. A much-needed win. We are now at 6-7-1, and listen, if you're a Vegas fan, you have to be thinking, man, this opening few weeks have been pretty hard. They have been pretty hard, but this game was really nice. It was one of those games where we're reminded of how really good this team can be. They really can be something else, and it shows in the 3 stars, man. You had William Carrier as a 3-star, Brad Hunt as a 2-star, and Marc-Andre Fleury, because he gets the fucking shutout. 35 saves on 35 shots, a shutout. His 50th career shutout. Okay, compared to, obviously, Darling's number, 21 saves on 24 shots, 875, not that great. But again, it's just one of those things where Carolina just wasn't efficient. And this was the problem we were seeing with Vegas. Obviously, with Vegas, you want the power plays to get better, but we get the win. We get the much-needed win that we were fucking begging for. And right now, my whole concern is this. Tuesday, we're headed to Canada, our beautiful northern neighbors, and we're about to start the road trip at Toronto. Fuck. Like, the first team you have to face on this road trip, this brutal road trip, where you're going to be seeing, if I'm not mistaken, the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Ottawa Senators, Montreal Canadiens, and the Boston Bruins. Back-to-back games, by the way, which is going to be brutal. That East Coast hockey shit is no fucking joke. And I'm just hoping the Vegas boys can tidy themselves up and grab some wins on the road. Go Knights, go. Let me know what you guys think. Follow me at the Sky Lounge on all links in the description below. Like, comment, and subscribe for more daily content. Now fuck off.